All right, welcome to swim 59 of the 150 beach swim. Today we're swimming from Martinhal to Barranco Beach. Morning! Swim 59 of the 150 beach swim. Today we're swimming at Martinhal Beach. We're going to go to Barranco and not the other way around, which we should be doing just because it's such a long distance driving. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's lovely and calm, very different to last week, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
There's actually people supping, so yeah. Cool. Woo! Yeah, we made a bit of an error. We decided to swim from west to east rather than east to west that we've usually been doing, because when we got to Martinhal and one of us was going to drive back to Barranco, we saw that it was a 30-minute journey in the car. So we thought, let's just drive from here. But actually, we were against the current the whole way. So if you're doing this swim, I would recommend you do it the other way around. Not like we did, because it was a bit of a fight. It was amazing though. So Martinhal Beach is known for calmer waters compared to the west-facing beaches, but currents can be deceptive. It was a beautifully calm day, crystal clear waters at this point, loads of fish, but it was very cold, and apparently it's colder here due to upwelling currents from the deep Atlantic. The cliffs between Martinhal and Barranco are Jurassic limestone, around 150 million years old. Yeah, so Martinhal is quite a different spot to Barranco. Barranco is a surfers beach. It's got a real hippie vibe. There's a lot of surfers there. Whereas Martinhal is very upmarket. You drive through it and there's a very posh resort and very flat waters. As soon as we arrived, there were windsurfers and stand-up paddleboarders. So two very different beaches. Yeah, so swimming against the lateral currents adds massive resistance. It's like swimming on a treadmill. It was a really long swim. It was about 2 hours and 40 minutes, but I really loved it. I had a lot going on in my head this week, and when you are on a loop with thoughts, persistent thoughts, and I have to say these swims really do clear my head out, especially when they're tough. I just kind of dive under each wave that's lapping over my head and the cold water's smashing into my brain, and with every stroke I kind of feel like I'm fighting and releasing out that persistent talk that is negative. And after the swims I feel so incredible, and somehow the tougher they are the better I feel, when you just have a bit of a release. At this point you can hear Tina and my conversation. We're talking about Vinted. You can hear it very clearly, amazingly, bizarrely. So we spotted many eastern Atlantic fish, which apparently you can't see anywhere else in the Algarve because of the currents. And as you can see here, Robbie saw some very enormous fish. I'm not sure what they were, but we saw them underneath as well. This stretch of coastline was used by Henry the Navigator during the Age of Discoveries. Sagres was his base for training sailors. And the underwater landscape here, there were big boulder fields, gullies and sand channels shaped by heavier winter swells. We saw loads of cormorants. It was beautiful. In fact, at one point, there were so many cormorants on the rock, we thought there was a house there. Both Tina and I went, oh look, there's a house on that rock in the middle of the ocean. And it was just the amount of birds shaping a house. Yeah, but they were in the water with us. It was lovely. Apparently there were dolphins. We missed that very sadly, but somebody on the beach said they'd just seen them. So that is the third swim we've done in this area where there have been dolphins. Coming up to Praia de Barranco, very different from last week. Last week we had to surf in on our inflatables. This week we're having to fight very strong currents. I'm so relieved to see the beach finally, because we thought there were many points that it was the beach, and an hour later we were still swimming. That's it. We did about 2.5 hour swim and about 4 kilometers. And next time we're going to swim to Praia de Barranco from Martinhal, which is in Sagres.